The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
It's playoff time in Kansas high school football. Tonight, the Spring Hill Broncos open their postseason run against the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Good evening, everybody. I'm Bryce Kessler, along with Caden Carbajo from Spring Hill District Stadium. It's a beautiful night to kick off the postseason, certainly nicer than it was a week ago Friday night. Great weather here this evening, and the Broncos fortunate enough to be at home to open up the playoffs this year after their 3-3 regular season. Spring Hill needed a comeback last week to get back to 500 as they overcame a 9-point halftime deficit to beat the Eudora Cardinals 20-16. Evan Letillier was big in the second half of that game. He capped off the comeback with a 4-yard touchdown run with just a minute and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the defense sealed the deal with a Brady Larson interception on the ensuing Cardinals possession. Another stellar performance last Friday by the Bronco defense. They have proven to be one of the top defensive units in the state this year. They're surrendering just 2 touchdowns per game, and they're making every yard gain a challenge for their opposing offenses. Now the Broncos hope to move on to the second round of the playoffs for a second consecutive year, something they haven't done in 6 years. Standing in their way, the Thunderbirds from Shawnee Heights, just 1-7 on the season. The paper version of the T-Birds may not stand out much, but a deeper look, and you find that Shawnee Heights has played 6 of their 8 games this year against teams ranked in the top 5 or receiving consideration for the top 5 in the latest K-Preps rankings. So it's been a tough road for the Thunderbirds, a program that has had a history of recent success. Tonight they hope to advance to the second round of the playoffs for the 4th straight season, but they're currently in the midst of their longest losing streak since 2015, and they're in danger of dropping a 7th straight game, which hasn't happened for Shawnee Heights since 1999. A trip to the round of 16 and a date with Mill Valley awaits the winner of this one. We can't wait to kick it off. We're glad you're with us. You're watching the Comfort Designs pregame show. Plenty more to come as we take a look inside the matchup next. This is Bronco football presented by Strode Orthodontics on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show, brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. First round of the playoffs tonight, the East number 6 seeded Spring Hill Broncos and the East number 11 seeded Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Our matchup tonight. Take a look deeper inside the matchup now, brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym. Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, clean, judgment-free environment. Open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. So the Thunderbirds, I mentioned it off the top, they have played a tough schedule this year. 7-0 Lawrence, that's who they opened up with. They've played 7-1 DeSoto twice. They faced St. James Academy, who has a 3-4 record, but probably not quite justifiable for the talent that they have there at St. James Academy. Baser Linwood, a 5-3 team. Lansing, a 4-3 team. So they have had a pretty tough slate this year for the Thunderbirds. But as we take a look at the scouting report on them, you kind of get a mirror image of what Spring Hill looks like offensively. They run a lot of the same looks, a lot of the same formations. They kind of want to establish their offense, their running game, the same way that we have seen Spring Hill do this year. So we're going to talk to Coach Feeback about that coming up in our pregame chat with him in just a moment here on the pregame show. But I think that'll help Spring Hill in this game as far as their prep goes. They're not going to be really surprised, I don't think, by a lot of the stuff they're going to see from the other side in Shawnee Heights. They will throw the ball maybe a little bit more than some of the Bronco opponents this year. Spring Hill has faced a lot of run-heavy teams when you think about Lewisburg and Paola and even Ottawa. Bonner Springs, for that matter, as well, very run-heavy. And then, of course, last week, Eudora, almost entirely run-oriented. And Piper, a very run-heavy team. So they haven't faced a lot of teams that want to really spread the ball out and throw it a bunch. And not that Shawnee Heights is going to want to throw it a bunch. They still want to run the football and establish their running game, but they will run more of a spread offensive look, and they will put the ball in the air a little bit more with Hunter Waller, their senior quarterback. So that's something to keep an eye on tonight. The stats would tell you that Spring Hill's defense is the #1 pass-ranking defense in the state this year. And again, they have faced a ton of run-oriented teams, so that kind of lends itself to that ranking a little bit. But even the times when teams have tried to throw the football, this has been a stingy defense when it comes to their pass defense, only giving up 39 passing yards per game, and they've got 4 interceptions as well, including one last week that helped seal the deal in the victory over the Cardinals. So defensively for Shawnee Heights, scouting report on them there, they have struggled a little bit this year stopping their opponents, and they've not been hurt really one way or the other. It's been both the pass and the run. They're giving up nearly 400 yards of offense per game, and it's pretty split down the middle. 210 yards per game on the ground, 171 yards per game they've been giving up through the air. 5 of their 8 opponents have scored 40-plus points this year. So we'll see if Spring Hill can take advantage of that. They have been a little bit Jekyll and Hyde the last couple of weeks. They've had some good spurts, some really good drives, but then they've had stretches of 3 or 4 drives where they just aren't able to string anything together, and they're 3-4 play possessions. So last week's second half, really good offense from Spring Hill. First half last week, not so good on the offensive side. We'll see if more of the second half version of the Bronco offense from last week can carry over into this ball game and see if they can strike early against a defense that has been susceptible to the big play this year for Shawnee Heights. Spring Hill coming into this game as we look at the matchup for them, how they match up against the Thunderbirds. Evan Letillier, really strong second half last week. We're looking for him to continue and to pick up where he left off. He went 9 of 13 for 118 yards through the air with 7 rushes for 41 yards and 2 touchdowns in the second half last week. Draven Pipkin, we'll see if they can get him rolling again tonight. Not that they have failed to feed him. They've given him a season high 19 carries against Piper, and then he backed that up with another season high 20 carries against Eudora. So he's continued to build on the amount of carries. Each of the last 2 weeks, though, held to 68 yards. He's averaging 5.5 yards per carry on the year. Last 2 weeks, that averaged down to 3.5 yards per carry as teams have started to really rally and take down the strong running sophomore running back. But that's opened up some of the options through the air. Zach Knowlton, of course, they love to get him the football in open space and let him use his athleticism, his quickness to make plays in the open field. He's their leading receiver this year. But keep an eye tonight on number 88, Cooper Jones. Last week in the second half, came up with 2 big catches, 32 yards on 2 catches, his first 2 catches of the year. They finally got him integrated into this offense, and I have a feeling we're going to see a big play or two tonight from Cooper Jones. And we'll see. Keep an eye on 88 in purple tonight as he's going to get his first start of the year tonight. And I think he might have a few dialed up for him in this offense, along with Mitchell and Crotchet, the weapons that Letillier is going to have to throw to. And, of course, the linebackers, we know their names on this defense for Spring Hill. Jacob Hooker, Chase Wilm, Tanner Thompson. Those 3 have led the team in tackles pretty much every game this year. And I expect them to once again have a big night this evening as they'll be trying to contain Jaron Sanders, the junior running back. Not a big kid necessarily, 5'9", 165 pounds. Quick, though, and they'll run him a lot of the same style as we see the Broncos use Pipkin out of the backfield, but certainly a different style of back than Pipkin. But look for him to meet that linebacking core early and often in this ball game. That's a look at the matchup brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness. We'll take a timeout, come back and chat with the head coach of the Broncos, Jason Feeback, joins us on the Comfort Designs pregame show next. You're watching Bronco football, the opening round of the playoffs. Spring Hill hosting Shawnee Heights on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
What if grass wasn't just for mowing? What if all the games weren't on TV? What if you saw the grandkids on more than just holidays? What if you got out of the house more often, maybe for good? Cedar Lake Village Senior Living. Life is how you live, not just where. To learn more, call 888-508-2022.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at HERS, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call HERS at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show. We're joined by Spring Hill head coach Jason Feeback, and it's playoff time now, Coach. Some may have wondered if we'd ever get here. It certainly has come with some bumps in the road for everybody, but here we are, win or go home time. How excited are you and the guys to take the field for this game against Shawnee Heights?
We're fired up about a great week of practice. Our guys know what's at stake here, and we just want to survive and advance. And so got to put it all on the line tonight and go for that. Go for that W, keep it going.
I want to start off talking about your defense. Another opening drive touchdown given up this past week, but then I don't know if they felt insulted by giving up that score or what, but they sure buckled down again after that, similar to what we saw the week prior, and for that matter, what we've pretty much seen all year from your defense. They were outstanding once again this past Friday night.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is the last 2 weeks, giving up a drive and then being really good after that. Definitely something we've been working on in practice this week. I don't know if it's my pregame speech or what, but we gotta change that because, shoot, the way they've been playing after that first drive, I'd love to say it's coaching and adjustments, but I think it's just our guys just play even harder after that. So, yeah, something definitely we got to get better at.
How do they match up with your opponent here in this first playoff game with Shawnee Heights?
I think we match up pretty well with them. They're a spread team, and I think we're more built for spread. We struggle with teams that line up and just pound it right at us. Paola and Lewisburg's the double tights and stuff. They don't really do that, and we feel like we're pretty fast and physical to be able to cover the entire field. So it works pretty well for us. We know we got a challenge stopping the running back, and they do some good things with their run game, which leads to some good stuff with their passing game. But we know we got to be solid up front, gap sound, all that. They're going to run inside zone, do some read. With that, quarterback might pull it a little bit, but it seems like they're more wanting to run with their running back. So definitely got to make sure we get that taken care of.
From what I've been able to see, it kind of looks from a formation standpoint and just kind of how they want to get their running back downhill, kind of similar to what you guys look like when you line up on offense. Is that something that you see? And if so, is that something that will help your defense because they've kind of matched up against that kind of look throughout practice all year?
Yeah. Our defense has been seeing that since August, and so scout team this week's just been running a lot of our stuff, and so we know we just got to keep doing what we've been doing, and again, get off the ball, play physical. A team that plays harder is going to win.
Well, let's switch over to the offensive side for you guys, Coach. And it was a bit of a tough first game back for Evan, and that is to be expected. He had that long layoff coming back and fighting his way back from the injury, and that first game out had to get a little of the rust off. You put him back in to control the offense then in the second half of this last week game, and man, he really sparked the comeback on that side of the football. What did you see that maybe clicked for him and just the offense as a whole in the second half this past Friday?
He did a really nice job of just taking what they gave us, and he ran hard. And that's, I think, one thing that, he's 180 pounds and the kid's strong. But just coming out, I think getting the first game jitters, I mean, that was his first action of the entire season when he came in against Piper. But being able to just, hit the open guys, and did he play perfect? Absolutely not. But he played hard, and he did a really nice job of managing things. So we were really happy just for him because, that kid's worked for 3 years just to have a chance to do what he's doing, and then to have his knee go out going into the first game, and then waiting, and Panky was playing great football, but Evan was always the most excited guy on our sideline, continuing to be a leader on our team. He was at every practice, locked in, just chomping at the bit, willing to play wherever we needed him to play. And so for him to be able to get in the game and dropped a couple passes the first half, but to get himself right and to go out and do what he did and to not lose composure or anything like that was, I think, a big testament to him, his maturity level, and just the work he's put in.
What are some keys for your offense as a whole to try to keep things rolling tonight against Shawnee Heights?
I think we need to take advantage and create big plays for ourselves. We need to maintain blocks up front. Ball security's key, and need to win third and fourth down, and we need to maintain drives. And when we have opportunities to score, we need to take advantage of all of those.
We've touched now on how you guys match up with Shawnee Heights, and they've played a tough schedule this year. Their 1-7 record, probably not quite indicative of the quality of opponents you guys get in this first round. What are some of the things that you see from them that they challenge opponents with?
Defensively, I think they're very assignment sound. They have some good size on the D-line. and their linebackers are very active. They blitz quite a bit. Offensively, they're doing some things to spread some teams out. But I think they're very assignment sound there too. Again, like what you're saying, they've played a tough schedule. They've played DeSoto twice, and Lawrence, and some really good teams that are state ranked. So we know we're going to have to play our absolute best football tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, glad to be back out on the pasture of pain tonight for some playoff football. Thanks for joining us once again, and have a great game.
Absolutely. Go Broncos.
That's the head coach of the Spring Hill Broncos, Jason Feeback. More of the Comfort Designs pregame shows coming up next on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show from Spring Hill District Stadium tonight, opening round of the 5A state playoffs. 6th-seeded Spring Hill Broncos and the 11th-seeded Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Our matchup here this evening. Time to look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Crown Realty. Let Crown Realty help you get the keys to your dream home. Check out all their listings at crownrealty.com. And if you're in the market to sell your home, remember the key is a great agent, and that's what you'll find at Crown Realty in Spring Hill. Call 913-592-2222. For the Broncos, get out to a fast start in this game. I feel like this is the type of game tonight that the Broncos can put out of reach early if they get it clicking from the start. Now, we've seen the last couple of weeks, opening drive touchdowns surrendered by the defense. They've been great after that, yes, but they have been susceptible in the opening drive each of the last 2 weeks, and the offense has taken them a little bit of time each of the last 2 weeks to get clicking. Good second halves, not so good first half. So we don't want that tonight. They need to get off to a fast start in this one and try not to let Shawnee Heights stick around too long. Ride the hot hand. Shawnee Heights has given up the big pass plays and the big run plays this year. Find what's working and keep pounding it, whether that be the short passing game, whether that be some deeper shots, whether that be just pounding the rock with Draven Pipkin tonight. Whatever the case may be, get that hot hand and roll with it. And finally, be clean. We heard Coach talk about the turnovers and got to take care of the football. That's certainly always an ingredient to a victory, but especially in a game where you hope it doesn't stay that close, so you don't want to make it that way with penalties and turnovers. So stay clean. Those are your keys to the game. We're back with the starting lineups right after this. You're watching the Comfort Designs pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to Cool Crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Welcome back live to Spring Hill District Stadium tonight for the opening round of the 5A state playoffs. The Spring Hill Broncos hosting the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. It's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Perfect Details Salon at 516 North Webster in Spring Hill. The Broncos will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Perfect Details Salon, where they're devoted to making clients flawless from head to toe. Make an appointment online at salonperfectdetails.com or by calling 913-592-5022. Here's the starters for the visiting Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. On the offensive side, their offensive line left to right: Harlan Watson, Garrett Peary, Oren Bushnitz, Gavin Zuperku, and Zywan White, the 5 guys up front. The quarterback they're protecting is the senior Hunter Wohler, 5'11", 170-pound senior quarterback. The running back, you're going to see a lot of him, number 4, Jaron Sanders, 5'9", 165. Wohler's targets on the outside. His top man is Brent Showalter. Here we are, number 1 for the guys in white tonight, a 6'1", 165-pound senior. Jacob Myers, Callan Carver, and Matthew Etzel. Etzel's the tight end. Myers and Carver, a couple of the other wideouts for the Thunderbirds. Defensively for Shawnee Heights up front, on the defensive line, Diego Ruiz, big guy in the middle, 5'11", 280 pounds. Zywan White, another good-sized defensive lineman, 5'11", 140, and Matthew Etzel at 6'1", 205, and Caleb Apple, a 5'9", 210-pound D lineman. The linebackers are Rusty Olery, Sean Wonder, and the secondary, 5-man secondary on a 4-2-5 defense for the Thunderbirds of Shawnee Heights. The corners are Brent Showalter and Marcus Jones, and the safeties are Jacob Myers, Callan Carver, and Jalavian January. Head coach of the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds in his 18th season is Jason Swift. For the Broncos, their starting lineup tonight offensively: left tackle, a returning starter, Denver Gardner. Honorable mention Frontier League lineman from last year, Clay Fleming, the left guard. Carson Steer is the center. Tanner Thompson, a returning starter, is the right guard. And Aiden Palmer is the right tackle. Quarterback for the Broncos tonight, Evan Letillier, makes his second start of the year. Started the game against Piper. Didn't go so great for Evan. It was his first game of the year after that knee injury prior to their season opener against Lewisburg. Was only 8 of 19 for 61 yards in that game, but he bounced back in a big way last week. Didn't start the game at quarterback. Started the game at wide receiver last week. Then took over in the second half as the QB and went 9 of 13 for 118 yards with 7 carries for 41 more yards and 2 touchdowns all in the second half. Running back is Draven Pipkin, 80 carries for 438 yards and 6 scores this year, coming off a season-high 20 carries last week against Eudora, but he has not found the end zone in his last 2 games after scoring 6 of them in the 3 games prior. We'll see if Pipkin can find pay dirt tonight. The wide receivers, Zach Knowlton, he's the top receiver on the team, 22 catches for 348 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cooper Jones makes his first start tonight after a couple of big catches in the second half last week. Daniel Mitchell, the other starting wide receiver, and Cameron Crotchett is the starting tight end. The defense for the Broncos, defensive line, Andrew Campbell, Nathan Jones, and Denver Gardner. The 4-man linebacking core, Jacob Hooker and Tanner Thompson in the middle, Cameron Crotchett and Chase Wilm on the outsides. Cody Powell and Anthony Lakin are the corners, and Brady Larson and Zach Knowlton are the Bronco safeties. It's time now for the opening kickoff, brought to you by Spring Hill Recreation Commission. The Spring Hill Rec Commission offers a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214 as this 5A state playoff first round game is underway tonight on the pasture of Payne in Spring Hill. And the opening kick return by Showalter brought back out to the 23-yard line where Jordan Davis makes the stop for the Broncos special teams. So here's that defense for the Broncos. They have been excellent this year, and they are giving up just 15.5 points per game, surrendering only 214 yards per game with 175 of that on the ground, 39 through the air. They have been an excellent defensive unit this season. Last week, an opening drive touchdown given up to Eudora, but then they completely shut down the Cardinals after that. On the remaining 8 possessions, the Cardinals averaged just 7.5 yards per drive after that opening drive touchdown. So here's the first snap of the game. Hunter Waller, the quarterback for Shawnee Heights, on 1st and 10. He'll go to the air right away, taking a shot for Showalter, and that ball well underthrown. Anthony Lakin right there in step with Showalter as the pass falls innocently incomplete to bring up a 2nd down and 10. For this Thunderbird offense, they're putting up 196 yards per game, 64 on the ground, 132 through the air, just scoring 10 points per game. They've been shut out twice and held to 7 or fewer 3 other times. So 5 of their 8 games has been 7 points or fewer this season. Their season high, a 29-point performance in overtime against Bonner Springs, their lone win of the season. No gain on that 2nd down run as they go with Aiden McDaniel on that carry. Jaron Sanders listed as their starting running back, but I am looking across the way onto the sideline, and I don't know that I see Sanders right now. So that is a big blow potentially to this Thunderbird offense, as Aiden McDaniel getting the start at running back under pressure. Waller able to get away from the first guy, but it will eventually kind of give himself up after about a 2-yard loss. Chase Wilm will get credit there for the tackle for the Broncos in the backfield. Colin Rooney was there as well, as that goes for a loss of a yard back to the 22-yard line, and it is a quick 3-and-out on the opening drive for the Thunderbirds. Great start here for the Spring Hill defense after surrendering back-to-back opening drive touchdowns the last 2 weeks. They don't get anywhere near giving up points on this drive. Good punt by Salamanca, and it will be down at the 39-yard line. So we'll get our first look now at the Spring Hill offense after a quick 3-and-out produced by the Spring Hill defense. Evan Letillier starting at quarterback tonight, as we talked about, his 2nd start of the year. He was expected to be the team's starting QB this year until a knee injury right before the opener against Lewisburg. Made his first appearance in the game against Piper. Got some of the rust, shook off in that one, and then last week looked excellent in the second half, leading the comeback victory against Eudora. The Broncos were down 9 at halftime, but outscored Eudora 13-0 after half. To come away with that 20-16 victory. Letillier's 4-yard touchdown run with a minute 15 left in the 4th quarter gave them their first lead of the game as Draven Pipkin carries on 1st down out to the 44-yard line, solid 5 yards. Diego Ruiz on the stop, one of those big defensive linemen for the Thunderbirds. So 2nd down and 5, 2 minutes into this opening quarter, opening drive of the game here for the Bronco offense. They've been good this year at 285 yards per game, but it's come kind of in streaks. This is Knowlton on the quick pass from Letillier. And Zach is going to be very close to that first down marker. Tackle made by Rusty Olery on the end of it, and they're going to mark him a yard short on a 4-yard completion. The official chatting with Jason Feeback on the Broncos sideline here after that last play. So it's a 4-yard completion to Knowlton. And it brings up a 3rd down and 1. Short 1 yard here for Spring Hill. Letillier works out of the pistol. Pipkin stands behind him. He's been a good short yardage back this year. And they will put it in the belly of Draven Pipkin. He is tripped up across the 45 of the Thunderbirds. And that is plenty for the first down as he takes it down to the 43-yard line. Sean Wonder making the stop. A 6-yard run for Pipkin. First down and 10. Spring Hill on the 43 of Shawnee Heights. Fake it to Pipkin and fired out to Daniel Mitchell, who is taken out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 9-yard completion. Colin Carver was able to run Mitchell out of bounds at the end of that play. And the Broncos, a nice steady start to this offensive drive. They've got a short 2nd down here from the 34 of Shawnee Heights. Letillier 2 for 2, efficient through the air to start. Draven Pipkin has handled it a couple times for positive yardage. They hand off Daniel Mitchell on a sweep, a jet sweep this time. Looking for that 1 yard. Rusty Olery stood him up and kept him short. So no gain on the run by Mitchell. I don't use Mitchell in the running game a whole lot. He's carried just 3 times this year. That's his 4th rushing attempt of the season. He busted out a couple of big ones. He got a 34-yard run on a jet sweep earlier this year, but that time held to no gain, so it brings up 3rd down and 1. Broncos converted their first 3rd down, and it was a 3rd and 1 as well. They went with Draven Pipkin on that one, and wouldn't be surprised to see Draven get another chance to move the chains here. 3rd and 1 from the 34 of Shawnee Heights. Letillier will keep it himself. A little quarterback power behind Pipkin, and once again they easily pick up the first down. Letillier down to the 28-yard line for another 6 yards. And it's a 1st and 10 for Spring Hill, who has converted a couple of 3rd downs already on this opening drive. And if this offense can keep both the run and the pass working with this kind of efficiency tonight, it's going to be a long night for this Shawnee Heights defense. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. 6-play opening drive so far for the Broncos. Nothing too big, but they've just steadily moved the football down the field. Letillier looking for a deep shot on 1st down and 10, and he connects for the touchdown. So Cooper Jones, who made 2 catches, his first 2 of the year last week, comes up with his first catch tonight, and it goes for a touchdown. Letillier to Jones. No, it was Jones.
Oh, they were saying Cameron. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, no, it was Cooper. 88, Cooper Jones.
My bad.
Who hauls in the touchdown, his first of the year. And John Mitchell's extra point is good, and it's a 7-0 start for the Broncos here at home over the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Seven 0 Broncos after a 28-yard touchdown connection from Evan Letillier to Cooper Jones has put the Broncos on the board. A great opening drive. 7 plays, 62 yards, and a big touchdown play to cap it off on the beautiful ball right on the money to Jones. And this kickoff by January is muffed back inside the 5-yard line, and that's going to lead to a long field for Shawnee Heights. January struggling to field the kick and will put his team at the 2-yard line to start this drive. So this is not the place the Thunderbirds want to have to try to start. They're going to mark it at the 3 against this tough Spring Hill defense. They went 3 and out their first time they had it and went backwards a yard. They don't have much room to go backwards this time.
Ball spotted at the 3-yard line of the Thunderbirds, 1st and 10.
So Wohler will work with 2 guys in the backfield with him here on a first down at the 3 and a penalty flag and a false start. Now Jacob Myers was standing in the backfield this time, as it looked like tonight the Thunderbirds are without their starting tailback, Jaron Sanders. Aiden McDaniel started the game. And Sanders, I don't see him over there, so now they're trying to work off of their own goal line without their starting tailback. Wohler is joined by both Myers and Aiden Hicks in the backfield now on a first down and 12 from the 1-yard line. Pass tipped and broken up. Pass rush got to Wohler and got a hand on it. Couldn't quite tell which of the Broncos that busted through got a hand on that pass. Might have been Hooker. Either way, an incomplete pass will bring up a second down and long now for the Thunderbirds. 7:20 left of the opening quarter. Nose of the football just across the 1-yard line after the muffed kick return set him up in terrible field position. Wohler hands it off straight up the middle, but Myers is shut down quickly. Gets it to the 2, but it'll be 3rd down and 11. Third and 11 with no room for error. Spring Hill defense so far has given up nothing. 2 negative yards is all for the Thunderbird offense. And they'll take a deep shot out of the end zone. A back shoulder attempt on the far sideline by Carver. A penalty flag comes in as it falls incomplete. Anthony Lakin was the coverage guy there for the Broncos, and he's going to be flagged for pass interference. So that will give Shawnee Heights their first down of the game. On the pass interference penalty called on the senior corner, Anthony Lakin. He was the guy who started the tip drill last week on that interception by Brady Larson that capped off that game for the Broncos in the last-ditch effort by the Eudora Cardinals. Lakin tipped a pass up in the air. Larson intercepted it to finish things off. So the penalty moves the football out to the 17-yard line. We'll make that the 18-yard line, and it's 1st down and 10 for Shawnee Heights. Hunter Wooler on the slant. Carver has it in and out of his hands. Anthony Lakin breaks that play up. Second down and 10 for the Thunderbird offense. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. A 7-0 Spring Hill lead. Opening drive touchdown, 7 plays, 62 yards for Spring Hill's offense. And the defense still has yet to give up a positive yardage in this game. A penalty got Shawnee Heights off of their own goal line. And now they work second down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Wooler keeps it himself, and Brady Larson flying up from his safety spot makes the tackle at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for Wooler. Third down and 10. And Shawnee Heights still without a positive yard gain in this ball game, facing already their third down. Last one was converted thanks to a penalty, a defensive pass interference against Spring Hill. Under 6 to go in the first quarter, a 7-0 Bronco lead. Wooler again will take the one-on-one shot for Showalter this time, and Cody Powell able to break it up for Spring Hill. So a 4th down and 10. The punt team on for Shawnee Heights. Zach Knowlton will go back to receive it for the Broncos. Manuel Salamanca, the punter. Had a pretty good punt last time. Angled it away from Knowlton. Put it out of bounds at the 38-yard line. This time it's a little shorter punt. Again, angles it to that far sideline. And it will rest at the 42 of Shawnee Heights. So it's a 24-yard punt, and it'll be great field position for the Bronco offense. A touchdown drive to start this game for Spring Hill. And the Broncos will look to add on to it now on their second drive. First time they had it. 7 plays, 62 yards. 4 on the ground, 3 through the air on their 7 plays. Evan Letillier, a perfect 3 of 3 through the air for the 41 yards and a touchdown. It was a 28-yard touchdown pass to Cooper Jones that capped off that drive. Here they start at the 42 for the right hash. First down and 10. Fake to Pipkin. Letillier over the middle, and it is incomplete, looking for Daniel Mitchell. Second down and 10 upcoming for Spring Hill.
Second and 10 for the Broncos at the Thunderbirds 42.
Spring Hill looking to advance to the second round for the second straight year. Last time they made it into the round of 16 back-to-back years, 2013 and 2014. Last year, an opening round playoff victory over Pittsburgh on the road. And then they fell to Tonganoxie in the second round. Letillier, quarterback keep, nothing there. Good play by Carver coming up from his spot at the secondary as a safety to make the initial hit, and then the pursuit helped finish off Letillier at the 41-yard line. It's a 1-yard run to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Spring Hill able to convert both the 3rd downs they faced on their opening drive. They were both 3rd down and 1s. This is a 3rd down and 9 with just under 5 left to play in the opening period. And there was motion there. That's going to be a false start on Spring Hill, so that'll make the 3rd down a little tougher and turn it into a 3rd down and 14.
Brings up to 3rd and 14 at the Thunderbird 46.
Pipkin comes out of the lineup. In comes Daniel Mitchell. They've got 5 receivers in now on this 3rd and 14. Knowlton lines up in the backfield, and they will swing it out to him in the right flat, but perfectly positioned to make the tackle quickly was Dawson Block. That was Carter Mead, actually, not Knowlton, who was in the backfield. And they get just 2 yards on that short completion, and it'll bring up 4th down. Keem Niddle, the Bronco punter, will look to once again pin Shawnee Heights back deep. Good snap back to Niddle. Low kick spiraling down to the 7, and it bounces into the end zone. So it'll come back out to the 20, and it remains 7-0 Spring Hill with 3:44 left to play in the first quarter. Broncos defense has been excellent so far. They've defended 8 plays, given up 1 yard so far. The only negative thing that's happened for this Bronco defense was a defensive pass interference penalty that gave a 15-yard and a first down to Shawnee Heights, but Spring Hill quickly overcame that. 3 plays later, they were off the field after a punt forced. Hunter Waller 0 for 4 through the air. They have not been able to get their passing game going so far through 2 series. Now the 3rd possession of the game, they'll start this one on the ground, and they have not had much luck with that either. They give that time to Elijah Clark, and Clark takes it for a yard to the 21-yard line. Brady Larson up to make the stop for Spring Hill.
2nd and 9 for the Thunderbirds at their own 21.
Second down and 9 for Shawnee Heights. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Play fake, Waller on a quarterback keep, and he is just short of a first down. Jacob Hooker and Zach Knowlton rip him down at the 29-yard line. 8-yard run by Waller. So a 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1 for the Thunderbirds at their own 29.
First time they have faced anything less than a 9 yards to go or more in this first quarter. Myers and Clark at the backfield with Waller. He shifts the wideouts both over to the defensive right side. Powell matched up on the outside there. They will fake the handoff once. Waller keeps, and he was grabbed and pulled back into the backfield for a loss. Cameron Crotchett and Chase Wilm both over there. It was Crotchett who initially made the grab and makes the stop for a 1-yard loss.
4th and 3 for the Thunderbirds at their own 27.
A 2-yard loss officially on that play, and it brings up 4th down and 3 from the 27-yard line. So the punt team comes back out. Santa Monica will look to keep it away from Zach Knowlton again. 3rd punt of the night on 3 possessions for Santa Monica. This time he'll angle it the opposite direction, but successfully keeps it out of the hands of Knowlton. It's down by January at the 43-yard line. So with a minute 26 left in the first quarter, the Bronco defense has once again forced a punt. And it sets up the Spring Hill offense for a chance to add to their 7-0 lead. The opening drive touchdown for the Broncos, but last time Spring Hill had it, they were forced to go 3 and out and punt it away.
Spring Hill 44, 1st and 10 Broncos.
Letillier 4 of 5 through the air so far. Just 2 carries for Draven Pipkin, who sets up behind him out of the pistol on 1st down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Pipkin on the handoff, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That big defensive line of Shawnee Heights, Rusty Olery, Matthew Etzel, Zywan Smith, and Caleb Apple, all there, Zywan White, I should say, and Caleb Apple all teaming up to shut down that run by Pipkin after just a yard. So from the 45, it's 2nd down and 9. Pipkin again. He's able to fall forward out to the 48-yard line. 3-yard run. Wonder and Carver on the stop. Second to make that a 3rd down and 6 from the 48-yard line for Spring Hill. Final seconds of this first quarter. Opening drive touchdown for Spring Hill has them up 7-0. Now try to add to it. 3rd down and 6. Letillier on the pass. Completes for a 1st down inside the Shawnee Heights 40-yard line. That time it is Cameron Crotchett on the receiving end as he takes it to the 37 for a 15-yard completion, and that'll end the first quarter. Or it will not end the first quarter. A timeout has been taken. Nope, it did end the. Now the clock runs out. They had blown the play dead. There were 2 seconds on the clock, so I thought, well, maybe they took a timeout. 7-0 Broncos. Back for the second quarter right after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Welcome back to Spring Hill District Stadium. We start the second quarter with a 1st down and 10 for Spring Hill, following a 15-yard completion to Cameron Crotchett on a 3rd down and 6 to close out the first quarter. 7-0 Bronco lead. Opening drive touchdown for Spring Hill now, trying to add to it. From the 37-yard line, deep ball for Knowlton, who lays out to try to make the catch on the sideline, but just out of his reach. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 from the 37 for Spring Hill. Cooper Jones, a 28-yard touchdown catch to cap off the first drive. The defense has yet to surrender a 1st down outside of a penalty. The only 1st down of the game for Shawnee Heights came on a pass interference penalty against the Bronco defense. Otherwise, they have been nails on the defensive side. And now the offense trying to make this a 2-score game here early in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10 at the 37. Pipkin on a handoff, trying to bounce it outside, but he is tripped up. Sean Wonder able to trip him up, make the tackle at the 33-yard line after a 4-yard run. So 3rd down and 6 again. They just converted that 3rd down and 6 a moment ago. And now they'll face a 3rd and 6 from the 33 of Shawnee Heights. 3-3 on the year for the Broncos, 1-7 on the season for Shawnee Heights here as they play in this first round 5A state playoff game. Letillier to throw. Pass tipped and incomplete, trying to find Mitchell on the slant, and Rusty Olery was able to get his hands up and force the incompletion. So a 4th down, and the offense will stay on the field here from the 33-yard line. Nothing gained by punting, but certainly outside of field goal range. So the Broncos will look to convert a 4th down and 6. Spring Hill on the year, just 3 out of 11 on 4th downs. This one's certainly no gimme, as they need 6 yards here to take it to the 27-yard line to move the chains. Letillier trying to throw it in there to Cooper Jones. The pass low and behind him, and it's broken up by Marcus Jones. So the Broncos will turn it over on downs and give it back to Shawnee Heights with 11:07 left to play in our first half, and still just a 7-0 Bronco lead. Well, if you're Shawnee Heights at this point, you've got to feel pretty fortunate that you're still sitting here at a 7-0 ball game a minute into the second quarter, because their offense has been able to do nothing against the Spring Hill defense. But the Bronco offense has now stalled out the last couple of possessions. Right now, Spring Hill has a advantage of 88 yards of offense to 8 with the 11:07 left in this first quarter, or first half, I should say. But it's still just a 7-0 ball game, and Shawnee Heights is one big play away from tying it back up. From the 33, first down and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Wooler out of the shotgun, wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket to his right, and now an off-balance throw to the sideline and off the fingertips, incomplete, intended for Elijah Clark. Wooler a tough start, 0 for 5 through the air. Second down and 10 coming up at the 33. And Spring Hill, they have been a very stingy pass defense this year. They're giving up just 39 yards per game through the air. Number 1 in the state in terms of pass yards allowed. And Hunter Wooler is finding that out tonight. 0 for 5 throwing the football here this evening. Second down and 10 at the 33. Wooler well protected this time. Again looking for Clark. And Zach Knowlton able to break that pass play up to force a third down and 10. Thunderbirds in danger of a third 3-and-out and 4 possessions. The only time they didn't go 3-and-out, a pass interference on a third down extended the drive, and they would go 3 plays later and out. So it has been a tough go tonight. Just 8 yards of offense so far for Shawnee Heights, and now they need 10 on a third down play. Crotchett putting the pressure on Wooler, forces him to scramble. The throw is complete to Clark near midfield. Elijah Clark in front of Zach Knowlton makes the catch. They're going to mark it at the 49-yard line, a 16-yard completion. First completion of the game for Wooler. And that was not an easy catch there by Clark, with Zach Knowlton right step for step with him. And Wooler on the run put that one on the money. Good play there. Crotchett got the early pressure, but Wooler able to complete the pass and extend the drive. First down and 10 to the 49-yard line. Ball on the turf, and it's fallen on by the Broncos. Wooler and Clark unable to sync up on that handoff, and Jacob Hooker falls on the football at the 44 of Shawnee Heights. The game's first turnover goes to the Broncos. Now Jacob Hooker on the fumble recovery. And Spring Hill's offense set up in great field position now thanks to that turnover. Turned it over on downs last time they had it. Now with some momentum, they take over at the 43. Option pitch to Pipkin. Makes a man miss to the backfield and takes it down about the 37-yard line. Ruiz on the tackle. They'll mark at the 36, a 7-yard run from Pipkin. He had to make a couple of guys miss to the backfield to earn the 7 yards. But it sets up a short second down, or does it? No, there's a penalty flag. I didn't see the flag. It was on the near sideline. The players on the sideline for the Broncos were shielding my sight line of that penalty flag, but it's an illegal block at the back against Spring Hill. So it wipes out a 7-yard run by Pipkin. Third penalty against the Broncos in this game, and that'll move it all the way back to the 47-yard line. So instead of second down and 3, it's first down and 20.
First and 18 for the Broncos.
Fake the jet sweep action. Letillier was trying to pick up a few yards back of that penalty yardage. Etzel and Apple make the tackle at the 49-yard line. So they get 3 on that short run by Letillier.
Second 16 for the Broncos.
Brings up a second down and 16 with 9.5 minutes left in the first half. Spring Hill on top 7-0. Letillier has an open man, and it's just short of a first down. Daniel Mitchell makes the catch. Brent Showalter trips him up at the 34-yard line. They pick up 16 yards. They needed 16.5, so he's going to be just short, but that will make it a much more manageable third down now. Third down and less than a yard for Spring Hill after that big completion to Mitchell. Second grab tonight already for Daniel Mitchell, and matches a season high already for him. Third game this year he's had, or make that the fourth game now, he's had 2 catches, back-to-back weeks now with 2 grabs for Mitchell. Third down and 1, Letillier, quarterback keeper, and had to work for it, but he's got the first down. They only get 2 there, but they're actually only going to mark him for about a 1-yard gain, but fortunately he only needed about a half a yard. So from the 33-yard line, first down and 10. This is where the last drive stalled out for the Broncos. They had it here at the 33-yard line before turning it over on downs. Work with a new set of downs here, though. First down and 10. Pipkin on the ground. He's wrestled down just inside of the 30. Tackle made by Dawson Block, but Block comes up hobbling off the field after making that stop. It's a 4-yard run by Pipkin. Brings up a second down and 6. One of the linebackers for Shawnee Heights, though, down now with Dawson Block. He was able to get off the sideline himself, but they're going to give him some medical attention there. So it's second down and 6. 7.5 to go in the second quarter. Pipkin again, forced to bounce, and not much there after he was forced to bounce outside. Rusty Olery makes the stop for Shawnee Heights, and they keep Pipkin to no gain on that one. I'll give this Shawnee Heights Thunderbird defense some credit. They've spent a lot of time on the field tonight. Look at the amount of snaps run by each team. Spring Hill's run 22 plays to just 15 for Shawnee Heights, but they have held their own outside of an opening drive touchdown. They have held strong against the Spring Hill offense. Here's a third down and 6. Looking for Knowlton on the corner route, and he missed him. It'll bring up fourth down. So fourth down and 6 for Spring Hill. They have attempted one fourth down already, but failed. And my guess is they're going to attempt another fourth down here, a 4th and 6. Nearly identical for the last time. In fact, the 6 is identical. They're just 4 yards closer to the goal line than they were last time. A 4th and 6 at the 33, and they were unable to convert that. Now it's a 4th and 6 from the 29. Letillier under pressure. They set up a screen to Draven Pipkin, but that was played perfectly by Shawnee Heights, and they won't get anywhere near the first down marker. Sean Wonder is right there to play that screen pass, and almost happened too quick. Letillier had to get rid of that football because of the pressure that was coming, and you want to kind of invite a little pressure on a screen play like that, but you've got to allow the blocks to get themselves set up as well. And unfortunately, some pressure came, but the other did not. And Sean Wonder just sat right there with Draven Pipkin. So it'll go as a 2-yard completion to Pipkin, but unfortunately they needed 6 over the second straight possession. Spring Hill turns it over on downs near the 30-yard line of Shawnee Heights. Thunderbirds take over down a touchdown at their own 27. A first down and 10 for an offense that has struggled to get going so far. 15 plays run, just 19 total yards of offense for the Thunderbirds. A little flea flicker action on first down. Wooler forced to escape the pocket, throws a wobbling pass near midfield intended for Showalter, but it's incomplete. I'll try to mix it up here a little bit as this offense for Shawnee Heights to see if they can get something going offensively, and they go with a flea flicker on first down. Brings up second down and 10, though. Showalter was open, but Waller wasn't able to get his feet set to put a good ball on him. So second down and 10 with 6:27 remaining in this first half. Feels like a long time ago when Spring Hill took a 7-0 lead in this game, their opening drive. And they have continued to knock on the door, but unable to get through. Waller's pass low for Carver, and it is caught at the 31, but just a 4-yard completion as Carver unable to get anything after the catch as he had to go down to the turf to make the catch. So third down and 6. Converted just 1 out of 4. Third down so far. Midway through this second quarter. Trying to change the play up. Play clock down to 2 seconds, and they are not going to get the play off. Well, that is a tough penalty to take right there for Shawnee Heights. When the offense has struggled as much as it has, 3rd and 6 is tough enough. 3rd and 11, and that feels like a long way to have to go. For an offense that so far has just 23 yards of total offense, they need almost half of that now in this one play to extend the drive after the penalty. Spring Hill showing some pressure up the middle, and a penalty flag and a false start. The Broncos showing that pressure. Adam Atwell came flying up to the line, and they got the offensive line a little antsy. And so now they have turned 3rd down and 6 into 3rd down and 16. Third penalty for Shawnee Heights. Atwell again bringing the pressure. Crotchet off the edge on the pressure, and the pass intended for Myers, incomplete, but he got twisted up with Brady Larson, and they're going to throw the penalty flag for what looks like another pass interference. Now this one will not give Shawnee Heights a first down. It'll be a 3rd down and 1 if indeed the call is pass interference here, which that appeared to be. Oh, well, there's 2 penalties. There's also a hold against Shawnee Heights. So a offsetting penalty situation, a pass interference against Brady Larson and the Bronco defense, but a hold called on the Shawnee Heights offensive line. So they'll offset and we'll replay the 3rd down and 16. Five minutes left in the half. Hunter Waller, 2 out of 9 so far through the air. And they're likely going to need to go that direction here on 3rd and 16. Broncos have brought pressure the last couple of times. And again, they bring the pressure on the blitz up the middle. Atwell. Waller gets rid of it, looking for Clark, and it's dropped by Elijah Clark, who puts his hands on the top of his helmet in disbelief that he was unable to haul that one in. Had a chance for a big play right there, but Clark unable to bring that pass from Waller in, and it brings up 4th down and 16 with 4:53 left in the half. Another Santa Monica punt coming up for Shawnee Heights. He has successfully kept the ball out of the hands of Zach Knowlton, and that is a wise thing to do. Knowlton dangerous in the open field. And that has clearly been the game plan for Santa Monica, a good kicker and punter, is to not give Knowlton an opportunity. And once again, able to angle it away from the senior return man, or the junior return man, I should say, and that will be down at the 38-yard line. So another good punt by Santa Monica with 4:41 left in the first half. Spring Hill's offense will take over trying to break through here. They have found a wall down around the 30-yard line the last 2 times they've had the football. Dominating the game in terms of the offensive stats, 114 yards to 23 so far in favor of Spring Hill. Broncos averaging just under 5 yards per play. So you'd think there would be more than 7 points on the board. But they have turned it over on downs each the last 2 times they've had it. From the 38, first down and 10, Letillier, quick pass over the head of Knowlton, and was that forward or backwards? It was close. I haven't seen a signal one way or the other yet. The officials are discussing, but I think they're going to rule it incomplete. That was my first thought, as it looked like it was forward ever so slightly, but it was enough to be a forward pass, and that is the ruling. So it's an incomplete pass is all. 7 of 13 now through the air for Letillier to start this game. And it brings up second down and 10 with 4:38 left in the half. Spring Hill still just holding on to a 7-0 lead. Feels like it should be more by now. Rolling to his right, Letillier will tuck it and run to the 39, just a 1-yard run. Matthew Etzel on the tackle. And it brings up third down and 9. Four out of 7 on third downs in the ball game. They've converted the short ones. They've had a little more difficulty on these long ones. This is a third down and 9. Letillier, quick throw, intercepted. Jalavion January steps in front of the pass, and he is going to be ruled down. He thought he kept his knee up. Zach Knowlton able to twist him down at the 30-yard line. Jalavion January able to step in front of that pass and come up with a big play for his team. That's the 7th turnover of the year for the Bronco offense. There's still a +2 turnover differential on the year, but that evens up the turnover differential tonight. And for the first time in this game, Shawnee Heights has field position that they can do something with. Into plus territory for the first time this evening. They start this drive on the 35-yard line. Jacob Myers in the backfield with Wohler. Normally he spends his time at wide receiver, but down there starting running back tonight, they've had to kind of mix it up a little bit. Wohler will keep himself, and Cameron Crotchett will sling him down to the backfield. Loss of 2, back to the 37-yard line. Second time that Crotchett's been in there to make a tackle for loss. And it quickly puts Shawnee Heights in a long to-go situation. Second down and 12. 3.5 minutes left in this opening half. Just a 7-0 Bronco lead. Opening drive touchdown, 28-yard pass to Cooper Jones. Put the Broncos on the board. The defense has been excellent again tonight, but the offense unable to team up with some points to that excellent defense. Wohler to throw on a 2nd and 12. Gardner looked like he might have been being held on the play. The pass underthrown and intercepted by Zach Knowlton down at the 10-yard line. So the Broncos able to get the football right back thanks to that defensive play by Knowlton, his 3rd interception of the year. And Spring Hill will take over on their own 10-yard line. They'll get it deep in their own territory, but the 2nd turnover forced on the night for the Broncos, 10th turnover forced this season. That is their 7th interception of the year. All right. Their 5th interception, I should say, of the year. It was the 7th interception by the offense earlier. So from their own 10-yard line, first down and 10 Broncos. Long field to go, but they've got time with just under 3 to do it. And their full complement of timeouts. That's Cooper Jones for 9 yards on first down. Second catch for Jones. The other one was the touchdown.
2nd and 1 for the Broncos. They're all 19.
Second down and a short one with 2:35 and counting left to play in the first half. Again, Spring Hill does have all 3 of their timeouts. Letillier on a quarterback draw. Has the first down and more, but penalty flags have been thrown back at the line of scrimmage. So Letillier picks up 16, but it's going to come back on a holding penalty. It'll bring up a second down and 11 for the Broncos instead of a first down and 10. So where the penalty happened, it was down the field a couple of yards. So the 10 yards moves it back to where it's a second down and 9. Letillier to throw. Mitchell bobbles and catches. Jones on the tackle at the 16-yard line. So that's a 5-yard completion to Mitchell. His third catch of the year. That's a new season high for Daniel Mitchell. Long way to go, though, still on third down and 4 from the 16 with under 2 left in the half. 3 grabs, 30, or three grabs right on 30 yards now for Mitchell. Both numbers new season highs for the junior wideout. Third down and 4, under 90 seconds left in the half. Again, looking out to Cooper Jones, and Letillier will move the chains on that completion up to the 24-yard line. 8-yard hook up to Cooper Jones, who makes his third grab. They move the chains, and the clock runs again. First and 10 at the 24. Just over a minute now left in the half. Jones, the intended target again. Well, that one sails out of bounds, incomplete with a 1:02 remaining in the half. Second down and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 for the Broncos. They're on 24.
Ten of 18 through the air, just under 100 yards, 98 yards so far for Letillier, but they still need a lot of it here. They are 76 yards still away from the end zone with just 62 seconds to go. They do have 3 timeouts. Out of the bunch set this time. Letillier has all day to throw the football, taking a shot on a wheel route for Knowlton, and it is broken up by Showalter, incomplete. So third down and 10, with now 54 seconds left in the half. Promising opening drive for a touchdown by Spring Hill, and then the Shawnee Heights defense has been doing what we've seen Spring Hill do the last couple of weeks. Give up an opening drive score and then put the clamps down. So here's the third down and 10 from their own 24. Letillier pressured, steps up, tucks it and runs, and he lunges forward after being tripped up by Olery. And Etzel, actually the man who tripped him at the 32-yard line, is where they'll mark it. It's an 8-yard run by Letillier, but he is 2 yards short of a first, and a timeout was used by the Thunderbirds on defense as they are hoping to get the football back after a fourth down play. So 43 seconds, all that remains in the half. Third down and 1. They marked it out at the 33-yard line, so a 9-yard run by Letillier. And a tough decision here for Spring Hill. It looks like the offense, no, the punt team is going to come out. I was going to say, this is a tough spot, fourth down and 1. I'm sure Jason Feeback has confidence that his guys can get the 1 yard, but is it worth the risk if you don't? Because then you set up Shawnee Heights with a very short field with just 43 seconds left and perhaps gift them a chance to score before the half. So Keen Niddle instead will come out. The punt team is on for the Broncos. Brent Showalter is the deep man for Shawnee Heights. Niddle boots it away. Bounces at the 40, takes a big Spring Hill bounce. They're going to get almost 20 yards of rollout, 17 yards on the bounce that time. Turns into a very nice punt down to the 23-yard line. So once again, the Bronco offense unable to keep the drive alive. And it will give Shawnee Heights one last chance, albeit a long shot now with just 33 seconds left in the half, and they've got 77 yards to go. Jason Swift using that timeout on the 4th down to hope for something to go wrong for the Spring Hill punt team, whether it be a bad snap or maybe get a good return on something to give your offense a chance. Now, though, from their own 23-yard line, just 33 seconds left. They've already turned it over twice. That'd be the thing you got to really be conscious of here if you're Shawnee Heights. Probably not going to score, but certainly don't want to turn the ball over, and they will keep it on the ground. Some running room for McDaniel. He's out to the 35-yard line. That's a first down run. Jacob Hooker, along with Daniel Mitchell on the tackle at the 36-yard line. A 13-yard run there by McDaniel. And they will, again, keep it on the ground with McDaniel. Chase Wilm makes that stop with 10 seconds left in the half. Shawnee Heights will take their second timeout. So they did not use a timeout of that first long run, thanks to the clock stopping momentarily for the chains to move. And now they use their second timeout here, so it leaves them with one timeout and 10 seconds. It'll be second down and 3 after that 7-yard run by McDaniel. So you still got time for 2 plays anyway with that timeout. Perhaps 3 if you use a quick pass play in there. Spring Hill content to give up the 10, 12-yard play right now. They just can't get burnt deep. You see Zach Knowlton break the huddle, and he is going almost back like he's going to return a punt. They've got 10 guys up in the normal defensive alignment, and Zach Knowlton is standing about 25 yards behind the football, or behind the defense here. Just, again, make sure they don't give up anything over the top. Knowlton is that safety valve back there deep. 5 guys in the route for Wooler. Good protection. A flag is thrown. Now Wooler will run. And Hunter Wooler gets walloped at the 42-yard line. The clock has expired. So it's a 15-yard run there by Wooler. And the penalty against Shawnee Heights will be declined, and that will end the first half. So Spring Hill with a 7-0 lead. Shawnee Heights didn't have a whole lot go their way in the first half offensively, but thanks to a strong stand by the defense, the Thunderbirds have kept themselves in this ball game. 7-0. Spring Hill leads Shawnee Heights through one half here in the opening round of the 5A district or 5A state playoffs. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you in to the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show. You're watching Spring Hill High School football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Gran anytime or learn more at michaelgran.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to Cool Crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup. Locally owned and operated and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Welcome to the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Halftime at Spring Hill District Stadium tonight in the opening round of this 5A state playoff matchup between Spring Hill and Shawnee Heights. And it is a 7-0 Spring Hill lead on top of the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Seems like a long time ago that the Broncos got those 7 points. This game opened up with a 3-and-out stop by the Spring Hill defense, and then the Spring Hill offense went 62 yards on 7 plays. A 28-yard touchdown pass from Evan Letillier to Cooper Jones with 7:29 left in the first quarter. Made it 7-0 after the John Mitchell extra point. And that's been it for the scoring. Since then, Spring Hill, 3 plays and a punt, 7 plays and a turnover on downs, 7 plays and a turnover on downs, 3 plays and an interception, and 6 plays and a punt. So they've had their opportunities. Twice they have moved the ball down just shy of the 30 or just inside of the 30 of Shawnee Heights. Those are the 2 times, though, that they turned it over on downs. Meanwhile, the defense for the Broncos has been excellent still. They've given up 56 yards only. 35 of that 56 came on that last drive by Shawnee Heights when really Spring Hill, all they were trying to do is just not give up the big play. They could afford to give up the 12, 15-yard play. They just couldn't afford to give up the 40, 50-yard play. And so 35 yards on 3 plays, a couple of handoffs to McDaniel, and then the quarterback scrambled for 15 on the final play of the half, which in reality could have come back anyway because of a holding penalty against Shawnee Heights, but they just declined it because it ended the half that way. So really, even in the 56 yards, which in and of itself is a great first half for the defense, it was even better than that. Shawnee Heights really struggling to get much going offensively, but they're only down a touchdown thanks to their defense, keeping Spring Hill off the scoreboard minus the opening drive by the Broncos, which went the 62 yards for the score. So that's a look back at the Eye on the Game, brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020. And be sure to ask about the 2020 rule. 7-0 Spring Hill on top of Shawnee Heights at the half in this 5A state playoff first round matchup. Broncos up by a touchdown here at the half. More to come right after this on the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
What if grass wasn't just for mowing? What if all the games weren't on TV? What if you saw the grandkids on more than just holidays? What if you got out of the house more often, maybe for good? Cedar Lake Village Senior Living. Life is how you live, not just where. To learn more, call 888-508-2022.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Halftime in Spring Hill. You're watching the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Spring Hill with a 7-0 lead on top of Shawnee Heights at the half. Broncos an opening drive touchdown, but they have been held scoreless since. The defense, thankfully, though, for Spring Hill continues to play excellent football. They've had 2 shutouts this year already by the Spring Hill defense, and then they've given up 16 last week, 14 the week prior, just 22 opening week against Lewisburg. The only team that's really lit them up was Paola, who scored 41. But of that 41, 34 came in the first half, and then they only gave up 7 in the second half in what was nearly a tremendous comeback against the Paola Panthers. Ended up losing that game by 3. But since that game, since halftime of the Paola game, they gave up 7 in the second half, 0 against Ottawa, 0 against Bonner Springs, 14 against Piper. 7 of that came on the opening drive at the Piper Pirates, and then the final touchdown for Piper, the game-winning touchdown, was set up by an offensive interception. The Broncos threw an interception, set up a short field, just 32 yards needed to go for Piper, so that kind of put the defense in a bad spot. And then last week against Eudora, they gave up 7 on the opening drive, and then the other Cardinals touchdown was a pick 6 by the Cardinal defense, so you can't even fault the Bronco defense for that one. So they have been excellent this year, and once again tonight they were excellent in the first half. Just 56 yards, giving up 36 on the ground, 20 through the air, defended 23 plays, and they're giving up just 2.4 yards per play in the first half, as Shawnee Heights 3 times went 3 and out. They had another 3-play and over possession. That was an interception, and then they had a fumble that lasted only a 4-play possession. Their longest drive was a 5-play possession that didn't gain a single yard and went 5 plays because there was a penalty on 3rd down that extended that drive. So they have really been great again tonight, and a shutout of the first half against Shawnee Heights. The offense, though, for Spring Hill, 62 yards on their opening drive, 84 yards on their 5 possessions since. They have 146 yards total offense in the first half, 48 rushing, 98 passing. But after that opening drive touchdown, they have been shut down a bit. 33 plays run, 4.5 yards per play average so far for the Broncos in this game. On the ground, they're only getting 3.5 per carry. So they have really been struggling on the ground against this big defensive line of Shawnee Heights. A +1 in the turnover margin for Spring Hill, as the Broncos did throw a first-half interception, but the defense for Spring Hill with both an interception and a fumble recovery has the Broncos right now +1 in the turnover margin. 7-0 Spring Hill with the touchdown lead on top of Shawnee Heights here at the half. We'll run down the individual numbers for you and take a look back at our keys to the game as well. Spring Hill up by a touchdown at the half. This is the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. A 7-0 lead for the Broncos here at halftime in this one as they opened the game with a 62-yard drive for a touchdown. And since then, it's been goose eggs up there on the board. The defense excellent again, though, as we take a look now at our first half box score. Evan Letillier, 10 of 19 through the air for the Broncos, 98 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. On the ground, Letillier has carried 6 times for 23 yards. Draven Pipkin, 7 carries for 25 yards. Daniel Mitchell's 1 carry went for a no gain. Through the air, leading receiver in the half, Cooper Jones, 3 catches, 45 yards, and the game's lone touchdown, that 28-yarder back in the first half. And Daniel Mitchell with a season-high 3 grabs for a season-best 30 yards in the first half. Draven Pipkin, 1 catch for 2 yards. Zach Knowlton, just 1 grab for 4 yards. He has been their leading receiver all year, and tonight just 1 grab for 4 yards. He's caught at least 2 passes in 14 of his last 16 games, but tough first half there. They were unable to get the ball into Knowlton's hands. Cameron Crotchett, 1 catch for 15, and Carter Mead, 1 catch for 2 yards. For Shawnee Heights, Hunter Wohler, 2 of 11 through the air, 20 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He carried 7 times for 13 yards. Aiden McDaniel, 3 rushes for 22 yards. Elijah Clark, 1 carry for 1 yard. Elijah Clark also has a 16-yard pass reception, and Callan Carver has the other grab that went for 4 yards. Defensively leading the way for Shawnee Heights, Sean Wonder. He's got 5 tackles. Matthew Etzel with 4 for Spring Hill. Brady Larson, Zach Knowlton, Chase Wilm, Jacob Hooker, and Cameron Crotchett each with 2 tackles. Nobody has more than 2 tackles so far for the Broncos. Crotchett has a couple of tackles for loss, and Zach Knowlton with the interception for the Bronco defense. Jacob Hooker also with that fumble recovery. It's 7-0 Spring Hill on top of Shawnee Heights. We head to the second half. Kickoff for the second half is next. You've been watching the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson, Prudential Financial, at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome back to Spring Hill District Stadium as we are set to kick off the second half tonight in this opening round of the 5A state playoffs. The East number 6 seed Spring Hill on top of the East number 11 seed Shawnee Heights 7-0 as we start half number 2. An opening drive touchdown way back in the early first quarter for the Spring Hill Broncos, the game's lone scorer. Cooper Jones, a 28-yard touchdown reception on a pass from Evan Letillier. But that has been it so far tonight. Salamanca will kick it off, and we are underway in the second half tonight as he's even able to keep it away from Knowlton on the kickoff as he sends it into the end zone for a touchback, and the Bronco offense will set up at their own 20-yard line. Well, they were able to move the ball in the first half. When you look at the drives for the Broncos, 62-yard drive. Of course, that was the touchdown. They had a 23-yard drive, a 26-yard drive, a 31-yard drive. But they were unable to finish those drives. Twice turning it over on downs, once just outside of the Shawnee Heights 30 and once just inside of the Shawnee Heights 30. And then forced to punt on a drive that started all the way back at their 10-yard line. They moved it out just across the 40, but a 4th and 1 late in the half. Had to punt the football away. So Evan Letillier of the offense set to go to work from the 20-yard line. They fake the jet sweep, give it to Draven Pipkin, and he is dropped for a loss. So they continue to struggle to get that running game going. Sean Wonder, who led the team in tackles in the first half with 5 of them, his 6th stop of the game, goes for a loss of 2. Pipkin just 23 yards on 8 carries so far tonight. Came into this game averaging 5.5 yards per carry, and tonight he's been held to just 2.9 yards per carry. So second down and 12 here early on in the second half for the Broncos. Letillier looks to throw and connects with Daniel Mitchell out to the 24-yard line. January makes the tackle after the 6-yard completion. 4th grab now for Daniel Mitchell, who continues to build on his career night, his career best 4th catch for 40, or make that 36 yards now. Just underway here in the second half, of the Broncos will face a 3rd down and 6. 4 out of 9 on 3rd downs in the first half. Letillier Pressured, throws over the middle, and it's through the hands of Knowlton. So they've had a tough time trying to get Knowlton going tonight. And that time had a chance with some space out on the edge, but could not squeeze that rocket from Letellier. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 6 and bring Keene Niddle back onto the field for the Broncos, who will punt it away with 10:16 left in the first half, left in the third quarter as we're just underway here in the second half. Brent Showalter heads back just beyond midfield for this punt from Niddle. Good punt by Keene. Drive Showalter back to his own 40-yard line, and he slips as he tried to set his feet, turn it upfield. So he is down at the 39-yard line. Good punt there by Keene Niddle to flip the field back over to the Shawnee Heights offense, which really struggled in the first half to get anything going against the Broncos. 56 yards is all they had in the first half, and 35 of that came on their 3 plays on their final possession when the Broncos were just playing prevent to make sure they didn't give up a big chunk play. Aiden McDaniel ripped off a couple of nice runs and then a 15-yard run on the final play of the half by the quarterback, Waller. But prior to that drive, they had 21 yards of offense. From their own 39, 1st down and 10, Shawnee Heights down a touchdown, just underway, second half. McDaniel on the carry. Brady Larson flying in to make the tackle in the backfield. Looks like forward progress. They're going to mark it back at the line of scrimmage at the 39. We've seen Larson up there at the line of scrimmage make a couple of plays now. Comes flying up from his spot in the defensive secondary.
2nd and 10 for the Thunderbirds at their own 39.
No gain on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10 from the 29. Or make that the 39. Play clock underneath the 10 seconds, down to 5. High snap back to Waller. He's protected well and takes a shot for Showalter that's broken up by Zach Knowlton. Showalter had a step on Knowlton, but the pass just slightly underthrown, and it allowed Zach Knowlton to make the adjustment and get his hands on that football to break it up and force a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 10 for the Thunderbird offense, which went just 1 for 5 on 3rd downs in the first half. Waller now just 2 out of 12 through the air. Finding a tough time moving the football against this #1 ranked pass defense of Spring Hill. They surrendered just 39 yards per game through the air, and they have given up 20 so far in this one. Pressure coming from the Bronco defense. Waller has to just get rid of it. Nowhere near his receiver Showalter, as that one comes up about 15 yards short as Waller was running for his life. So a quick 3 and out, and that is a 4th 3 and out forced by the Bronco defense tonight. They'll get it back over to the offense with 9 minutes left here in quarter number 3. Spring Hill leading 7-0 thanks to an opening drive touchdown back in the first quarter. Good punt by Salamanca, but this time Knowlton's got a chance to return it from the 24-yard line. Zach Knowlton got himself into some space, breaks a tackle, back to midfield, and wrapped up by January around the 48-yard line. It's a 28-yard return by Knowlton as he takes it to the 48 of Shawnee Heights. So finally, Zach able to get his hands on a punt. Salamanca has done a great job keeping it away from him, and he learned his lesson there. Don't punt it to 13. You're much better off punting it towards the sideline as he's done all night. The big return by Knowlton sets up the offense with great field position. Well, they just got to do something with it. Spring Hill's second possession of the second half. A 3-and-out punt the first time they had it. Fake to Knowlton on the jet sweep. Pipkin breaks a tackle in the backfield on a stiff arm into the chest of Olery. January drags Pipkin down to the 34-yard line, a 14-yard run. For the first time in this game, Pipkin able to bust loose. His longest run prior to that was 8 yards, and he picks up nearly double that on that carry. He gets 14 down to the 34-yard line, and a first down and 10 Spring Hill. This is where the wall has come up, though, against this offense. They broke through it on their first drive, a 28-yard touchdown pass to Cooper Jones. He's now wide to the left of the formation. But the last 2 times they've got down around the 30, they've been stopped and turned it over on downs. Letillier pulls it out of the belly of Pipkin and then runs into a wall of white jerseys around the 33-yard line. It's a short 2-yard run. Second down and 8 for the Broncos at the 33.
Second and 8 for the Broncos at the Thunderbirds 33.
Nobody's guarding Cooper Jones down here, or Daniel Mitchell rather, on the right side. Now late adjustment, Jones comes out there. Zach Knowlton, straight handoff out of the backfield. Burst into the secondary. Still on his feet inside the 10 and down near the 5-yard line. Showalter eventually makes the tackle. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line. A 27-yard run from Zach Knowlton. Well, they did not get much at all out of their junior speedster, Zach Knowlton, in the first half. But the big punt return, which started this drive, and now a straight handoff to Knowlton for another 27. He had 28 on the punt return, gets 27 on that carry, and sets up Spring Hill with first and goal at the 6-yard line. 2 backs back there with Letillier. He gives to Pipkin, bouncing his way off defenders, and he's in for the touchdown. A nice patient run by Draven Pipkin, just picking his way across the line of scrimmage and then weaves his way off defenders and in for the 6. 7th touchdown run of the year for Draven Pipkin, and it's 13-0 Broncos with a John Mitchell extra point pending. Finally able to break through after they had been shut out since their opening drive. But Pipkin finds pay dirt, and a flag is thrown, a false start, before Mitchell has a chance to kick the extra point, so that'll move it back 5 yards. The 6-yard touchdown run by Pipkin gives him 20 yards on just 2 carries on that drive. He had 23 yards the whole first half on 8 carries. So both Pipkin and Knowlton get going on that drive. And it's now a 2-touchdown lead for Spring Hill, who hasn't looked like they're going to give up anything tonight. So 1 might have got the job done for him, but 2 makes you feel a lot better as Mitchell's extra point misses wide right. It's 13-0 Broncos with 6:45 left in the third quarter. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For more than 45 years, Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
13-0 Spring Hill on top of the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds with 6:45 left in the third quarter. Scoring drive by the Broncos. 4 plays, 49 yards, and a 6-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And now the Broncos with a 2-score lead as Shawnee Heights will get it back, and a big return up the far sideline. Jalevion January, 1 man to beat, got past the kicker, and January takes it to the house. So Shawnee Heights unable to get much going offensively tonight, but Jalevion January will get it for him on special teams. An 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by January. And all of a sudden, it's a one-score game again, just 10 seconds after the Broncos made it a two-score game.
Setting up for the extra point, number 52, Manuel Salamanca.
Salamanca will attempt the extra point. That's the second kick return touchdown this year for Shawnee Heights. The last one set up their victory over Bonner Springs. Salamanca pulls that extra point, so the kick is no good. And it is back to a one-score game, 13-6 now. With 6:32 left in the third, you're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Comprehensive Eye Care, as well as the latest Whitesell Optometry Vision Source, has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Whitesell Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Whitesell and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Whitesell Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
So 13-6 ball game now. The special teams touchdown on an 88-yard return by Jalavion January has quickly taken that two-score lead back to one, and the Bronco offense will have to try to put together another drive. This time they're going to have to make it a long drive, though, as the Salamanca kick goes out of the end zone to put the ball at the 20-yard line with 6:32 remaining in the third quarter. I mentioned it was the second kickoff return for a touchdown this year for Shawnee Heights. Jeremiah Smith took a kick to the house against Bonner Springs earlier this year in what was their only win of the season, that 29-22 victory. And that came in the fourth quarter with very little time left to tie the game and force overtime. And then the Thunderbirds would go on to win that game in overtime, 29-22. So 1-7 on the year for Shawnee Heights. Spring Hill 3-3 coming into this first-round playoff game. They missed a couple of games due to COVID earlier this year, as Zach Knowlton this time gets it on a little pitch out of the backfield. And they clearly talked about it at halftime to make a point to get Zach Knowlton more involved in this second half. And no surprise that it's helped spark the offense. So Knowlton on this first down play takes it all the way to the Shawnee Heights 45-yard line, a 35-yard run on first down. Had just 4 yards from Zach Knowlton in the first half, and they've got 2 carries for 62 yards out of him so far in the second half. And the big punt return as well. Well, first down and 10 in plus territory. Letellier, quick throw for Mitchell, and I don't think Daniel ever saw it. Mitchell never able to pick up that ball from Letellier, so it falls innocently to the turf to bring up second down and 10. Letellier right at 50% right now in his completions, 11 out of 22. Last week, he was a very efficient 9 of 13 for 118 yards. Yardage about the same tonight, 104 so far. But he has attempted 9 more passes, completing just 2 more. Slipping down that time and lunging back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him a yard short. Zach Knowlton loses a yard on that carry. And that'll make it a third down and long for the Broncos. Third and a little more than 10, not quite 11, as they marked it about the 45.5-yard line. 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. A 13-6 Bronco lead. 2 touchdowns within 13 seconds of game clock by these two teams, thanks to that special team score by the Thunderbirds. 3rd and 11. Letillier on the rollout, jumped in the air to complete the pass to Knowlton, who works his way up the sideline, turned to the corner for the first down, out of bounds at the 27, 19 yards, and it's a first down on a 3rd and 11. Moves it down to the 28-yard line. Well, big play again as it's Zach Knowlton on the receiving end of another big play. A 35-yard run, that now officially an 18-yard completion there. So a first down and 10 at the 28. Letillier pulls it on the read option and runs down to around the 17-yard line. He's ripped down by Zywan White. They'll mark it at the 17 for an 11-yard run and a first down. First down and 10 inside the red zone for the Broncos. Second trip down into the red zone tonight. They scored the touchdown the last time they were down here. That was their last possession as they have started to get it clicking offensively. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Fake the handoff to Pipkin. Crossing the middle. Cameron Crotchet on the catch. Trying to get into the end zone, and he fights his way in for another touchdown. 17 yards on the pass completion to Cameron Crotchet. Second touchdown of the year for Crotchet. And the Broncos quickly push that lead back up to 2 scores at 19-6. John Mitchell on for the extra point, missed the last one. He was able to make the extra point after the first touchdown. He's 15 of 20 on the year on extra point attempts. And this one is good. It is worth noting the last one that he did miss was from 5 yards further back after a false start. But the Broncos extend the lead up to 14 with 3:46 left to play in the third quarter. It's Spring Hill 20, Shawnee Heights 6 on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area. Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Twenty to 6, Spring Hill with 3:46 left in the third quarter. A 6-play, 80-yard scoring drive for Spring Hill, capped off by a 17-yard pass from Evan Letillier to Cameron Crotchet. And the Broncos have now put together back-to-back scoring drives. Last time they kicked off, though, Jalavion January went 88 yards to the house. This time it's Jacob Myers from the 19-yard line. And Myers not able to break free like January last time as Adam Atwell makes the tackle for Spring Hill on special teams. First down and 10, Shawnee Heights with 3:42 left to play in the third. Thunderbirds will start this series on their own 27-yard line. Thanks to that special teams touchdown, the goose egg off the board, but the Thunderbird offense just 56 yards. They have been outgained 279 to 56 so far in this ball game. Myers in the backfield with Waller on first down and 10. And that pass looking for Showalter was knocked down by Chase Wilm, the outside linebacker for Spring Hill. We'll bring up a second down and 10 as Waller continues to have a tough time tonight finding open receivers. 2 out of 14 for the ball game. No touchdowns, 1 pick. Zach Knowlton was the guy who got the interception earlier for Spring Hill. And that came right on the heels of the Broncos offense throwing an interception. The only time that Shawnee Heights has had the ball in Spring Hill territory. Double move looking for Showalter. Cody Powell was in great position, and Showalter looked like he pretty much tackled Cody Powell, but no flag. Could have easily been offensive pass interference. But it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 instead with 3:32 left in the third. Showalter, he's their top guy in the receiving game, but he has been held without a catch. I mean, they've only had 2 completions as it is, but they have not failed to attempt to get the ball to Showalter. But Powell and Lakin and Knowlton as well, they've all been matched up on him at times. They've done an excellent job on him. Hunter Waller trying to work his way out near the 35 on a scramble that time. Eventually, he's chased down by Crotchett and Knowlton at the 34-yard line. A 7-yard run on a 3rd and 10. So it brings up 4th and 3. And it looks like Salamanca and the punt team will come back onto the field for Shawnee Heights after another 3 and out. Not necessarily time to have to go for it yet. 3 minutes still left in the third quarter. It's deep in their own territory. They will go ahead and punt it away, but you're getting borderline at that time. If you're Shawnee Heights, you're going to have to start taking some chances. And here is the chance, a fake punt. Salamanca has a convoy of blockers and a 1st down out of bounds at the 44-yard line. They get 10 yards on the fake punt. I assume it was a called fake punt. The snap was low, came rolling back to Salamanca, but he did not hesitate. And the way they had the blocking set up on the outside, I think that was a called fake punt all the way. The low snap may have even helped throw off the Spring Hill defense a little bit. And it works big time for Shawnee Heights as they get 10 yards from their punter, Salamanca. First down and 10 at the 44. Waller under pressure, got away from Gardner, but can't get away from the second man. Cameron Crotchett with a sack back at the 30. There's a penalty flag as well. But this is a hold against Shawnee Heights, which will obviously be declined. And a big-time loss as Cameron Crotchett comes firing in for the sack. It was helped set up by Denver Gardner's pressure. They'll mark it all the way back at the 29-yard line. It's a 15-yard loss on the sack. Crotchett's been busy in the backfield. He's got a couple of tackles for loss and now a sack there. And that puts Shawnee Heights way behind the sticks now. 2nd down and 25 with 2 minutes left in the third. High snap to Waller. He's protected well this time. Now running out of time. Throws to the sideline for Carver. And that is incomplete with Anthony Lakin out there in coverage. So it's 2nd down and 10 coming up. Or not 10, 2nd down and or 3rd down and 25. They wish it was 2nd down and 10, right, Caden? 3rd down and 25. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 25. And Waller will punt on 3rd and 25. Interesting. And it will go all the way back to the 22, so good punt, but an odd choice on 3rd down, trailing by 2 scores with 1:37 to go in the third quarter. Shawnee Heights opts to punt the football. Trying to think of what strategical gain they would have had by doing that, and quite frankly, I can't come up with one. So 1st down and 10 Broncos. I wonder if they thought it was fourth down, the holding penalty, but that was decline. I don't know. Anyway, it's first down run for Spring Hill. There's a flag thrown on this one. Letillier on the quarterback keep, picked up 7, but it's likely coming back.
Holding against the Broncos.
It is a hold against Spring Hill. I'm trying to replay that last series in my mind and think if the chain gang was wrong on scoreboard listed third down. Chain gang had third down, and after the sack would have been on first down, and then they only attempted one more play, right? The incomplete pass over to the sideline. Letillier to throw on 1st and 20. Cooper Jones makes the catch, takes it to the 24. They pick up 11. Brent Showalter on the tackle, and Jacob Myers there as well. So they get the penalty yardage back and then some. It is 2nd down and 8 after that 11-yard completion. We talked about Cooper Jones in the open and thought he could be primed for a big game tonight. 4 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. So he has come through on that prediction. Here's a 2nd down and 8 play. Pipkin on the handoff. Able to keep his feet after being tripped up near the line of scrimmage by White. Takes it to the 31-yard line, so he picks up 7. Diego Ruiz makes the tackle a yard short of a first down. And Zywan White is shaken up for the Shawnee Heights defense with 6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. A 20-6 Spring Hill lead. Looking to advance into the round of 16 for the 2nd straight year. It's been 6 years since the Broncos have advanced into that 2nd round in back-to-back seasons. Shawnee Heights, they have been in the 2nd round for 3 straight years, but they are on the ropes tonight thanks to a stifling performance again by this Spring Hill defense. The only score for Shawnee Heights so far was an 88-yard kick return by Jalavion January. But the offense has been shut down to the tune of just 58 yards tonight for Shawnee Heights. Meanwhile, Spring Hill, they are just a hair under 300 total yards offense right now. 297 to 58 advantage for Spring Hill. Zywan White looked like he might have been cramping as they got him some fluids, and he is walking and now trying. He tried to get into a jog, but then that calf looked like it pulled on him again, so he opts to just go ahead and walk the rest of the way. Smart choice. I'll try to get some more Gatorade in him over there on the sideline and get him back in there. He's a two-way starter for him. They have already lost multiple starters throughout this season. It's a team that's played a very tough schedule. They have been hit hard by, I don't know whether it's injury, sickness, whatever the case may be that has cost them some of their players this year, but they've had a bit of a revolving door with some of their skill position guys this year, and now they'll be without Zywan White for at least a play. That's also the end of the third quarter, by the way. The clock after the injury timeout, it had stopped with 6 seconds left in the third quarter, but then after the injury timeout, they ran the clock again, and then at that point it ran out the final 6 seconds. So we will just cruise right into the fourth quarter for you here. A 3rd down and 1. Spring Hill on top 20-6 as we start quarter number 4.
Start of the fourth quarter, 3rd and 1 for the Broncos at their own 31.
It was 1st and 19 after a holding penalty. They got 11 yards on a completion to Jones, 7 more from Draven Pipkin on the ground. And now on 3rd down and 1, Evan Letillier keeps it himself and moves the chains with a 2-yard run. at the 33-yard line, first down and 10, Spring Hill. Will Tillier hands off to Pipkin. Draven able to stay on his feet. Stood up by January, and then they will drive him back to the 30. They'll mark the forward progress at the 36 for a 3-yard run. Second down and 7 for the Broncos. Clock ticks down underneath of 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Mill Valley awaits the winner of this one. Mill Valley, one of a handful of teams because of the lack of number of teams on the east side in the 5A playoffs that got a first-round bye. They're the number 3 seed on the east at 6-2, and they will host the winner of this one next Friday night in the round of 16. Letillier to throw on 2nd and 7. Going up to make the catch at midfield, Daniel Mitchell, and pulling defenders with him all the way down to the 42-yard line. 22-yard completion to Mitchell, who's having a breakout game tonight for the junior wideout. 22 more there gives him now 58 yards receiving in this ball game. That's 32 more than he has had in any other game. 5 grabs for 58 yards tonight from Mitchell. And it sets up the Broncos with a first down and 10 as they move back into plus territory at the 42-yard line of Shawnee Heights. Pipkin on the ground, working off left tackle. Weaves his way past defenders, and then he gets tackled by Denver Gardner. This left tackle trying to help push him forward, and lost his balance and just rode his back right on down. But it's a 10-yard run down to the 32-yard line, and another Bronco first down. Well, on the first possession of this second half, we talked about Draven Pipkin's rushing average. At the time, it was down there at 2.9 yards per carry, well below his season average of 5.5 yards per carry. But since then, he has continued to run very well, and he's up that average now to 4.8 yards per carry on the night. 13 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown for Pipkin. This time it's Zach Knowlton running behind a block from Pipkin. Knowlton is ushered out of bounds by Jones at the 23-yard line. It's a 9-yard run to set up a very short third down. Knowlton now 4 carries, 70 yards. He has outgained his season total on the ground by 16 tonight. He came into this one with 13 carries for 54 yards. Well down from a season ago. Last year he ran for 212 yards. But they have not been able to get him going on the ground as much this season. Didn't get a yard on the ground, didn't get a carry in the first half, but 4 carries, 70 yards here in the second half for Knowlton. It really helped spark this offense, and it all really goes back to that big punt return he had. That kind of got him rolling. And now they can't be stopped. Pipkin inside the 5, and he's in for his second touchdown tonight. A 24-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin, his longest run of the night by a full 10 yards, and he takes it into the end zone for the second time this evening. It matches Fletcher Pankey with his team-leading 8th touchdown run of the year. And the big second half for this Spring Hill offense continues. They went 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. But prior to taking over the football for their second possession of the half, Zach Knowlton returned a punt 28 yards, and that sort of took the cap off of things, and they have been rolling ever since. Mitchell adds the extra point. And it is 27-6 Broncos with 8:20 to go in the fourth on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
January on the return takes it to the 20-yard line. A flag on the play. Spring Hill on top, 27-6 with 8:14 left to play in the fourth quarter. 3 consecutive touchdown drives by the Broncos. It's a holding penalty against Shawnee Heights, so that will push the Thunderbirds back deep inside their own territory to start this drive. The latest scoring drive, 8 plays, 88 yards, and a 24-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin. It matches his longest run of the year. Gives him 87 yards on the ground tonight and now a pair of touchdowns. Third time this year that Pipkin's had multiple scores in a game. He had not scored a touchdown the last 2 games after he has scored 6 in the 3 games prior. And after a half of football here tonight, he was still held out of the end zone. But he has come alive in the second half. 64 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns in this second half from Pipkin. The offense as a whole has come alive post-halftime. This is Wohler to throw on first down. Contested pass into the middle of the field, but Zach Knowlton able to break that one up, intended for Elijah Clark. Wohler now just 2 out of 16 as the struggles continue for the Shawnee Heights offense. Spring Hill right now with a 309-yard advantage in offense. 367 for the Broncos, 58 for Shawnee Heights. In the last 3 possessions for the Broncos, 4 plays, 49 yards and a touchdown. 6 plays, 80 yards and a touchdown. 8 plays, 88 yards and a touchdown. The lone score for Shawnee Heights, a kick return by January that went 88 yards to the house. Knowlton almost came up with his second interception of the game. Breaks up another deep pass intended for Elijah Clark again. Second down, make that a 3rd down and 10 now. Broncos 13 plays tonight over 10 yards, 5 of them over 20 yards as their explosive plays have really started to pile up in this second half as they have pulled away to a 21-point lead now with just under 8 minutes to play. Wohler to throw on 3rd and 10. Again, takes the home run shot, and Showalter, a little hand fighting with Cody Powell, is broken up by Powell, incomplete. 3 straight incomplete passes on this possession, and it's 4th down and 10. Wait, there is a penalty flag. It's a hold against Shawnee Heights, so the Spring Hill defense will decline the penalty, take the result of the play on the incomplete pass. So 4th down and 10. No move to the punt team yet. Now here they come. They did fake the punt last time, and Salamanca, the punter, ran it for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Punt formation, 52, Manuel Salamanca.
This is a 4th down and 10 on their own 15-yard line. Knowlton just shy of midfield, standing back for Spring Hill. A punt, a high-angled punt towards the far sideline. And it'll come to a rest just short of midfield, the 49, with 7:40 left to play in this ball game. They'll mark at the 48-yard line, so a short field for the Broncos. They have not had short field the last 2 times. They've had to go 80 and 88 yards, but 88 yards was thanks to or not thanks to, I guess in this case, a penalty that made them have to go even further, but they have not needed the short field to score the last couple of times. 3 straight scoring drives by the Spring Hill offense has opened this game up in the fourth quarter. Now 27-7 Broncos, or 27-6 Broncos. And they will start at the 48 of Shawnee Heights. Pipkin on a handoff. And Draven Pipkin bursts free. Another big run by Pipkin as he goes over the century mark for the 3rd time this season. Down to the 33-yard line. A 15-yard run by Pipkin gives him 102 in the ball game. 3rd 100-yard rushing night from Draven Pipkin. He had 117 against Ottawa and a season-high 131 against Bonner Springs. He's got a chance to get past both those numbers on this drive here. Letellier lets the play clock run as they try to milk the final 7 minutes of this game. And back they go to Pipkin. A hard-earned few yards there for Draven, down to the 29 for 4. Drugged down by Zywan White, who's back in there for the Thunderbird defense. 16 carries, 106 yards, and 2 scores. Pipkin averaging 6.6 yards per carry now, a full 4 yards better than what he was averaging after the first possession of this second half. Really has turned it on since then. From the 29, 2nd down and 6, a 3rd straight carry for Pipkin. Flag is thrown as Draven takes it down to the 22. Now a 7-yard run for the moment, but it's likely coming back. When the umpire throws a flag into the middle of the scrum, it's pretty much always a hold. And it is indeed a hold against the Broncos. So it hasn't been the cleanest game for Spring Hill in the penalty department. That's their 7th penalty for 65 yards tonight. But they are going to be able to overcome it, it would appear tonight anyway. Just 6 minutes left in this ball game, up by 3 touchdowns, and the defense doesn't appear ready to be giving up anything tonight. Again, the lone touchdown for Shawnee Heights did not come against the defense. It was a special teams touchdown, 88-yard kick return. After the holding penalty, it's 2nd down and 15. Option to the near side, ball on the turf. Pipkin able to fall back on top of it. The pitch by Letellier came up high, hit Draven in the face mask, but fortunately for Pipkin, the oblong football took a nice basketball bounce right back up to him. Now marked at the 42-yard line. Or excuse me, the 37-yard line.
3rd and 14 for the Broncos. Thunderbird 37.
Quarterback draw. Letellier has some space as he goes right up between the middle of that Shawnee Heights defense to the 26-yard line for 11 yards. Took a pretty good hit on the end of that run. Carver makes the stop for the Thunderbirds. Gives them a manageable 4th down now. 4th down and 3 from the 26. Spring Hill 0 for 2 on 4th down in this game. They have got just 3 for 13 this year on 4th down tries. Missed the shortest they've attempted. They failed on a pair of 4th and 6s so far tonight. This one half of that, 4th down and 3, and they might get it by penalty. Hard count from Letellier, and it looked like he got the Thunderbird defensive line to jump into the neutral zone, and he did.
Encroachment against the defense.
So they'll pick up the first down via the penalty.
After the penalty, ball spotted at the Thunderbird 21. 1st and 10 Broncos.
Give Spring Hill a 1st and 10 at the 21. Clock ticks underneath of 4 minutes left in the ball game. Broncos nearing closer to a date with Mill Valley next Friday night. Letillier on the keep, pulled it on the read option and got a yard to the 20. Ruiz and White making the stop. 2nd down and 9 for the Broncos. Pipkin's got a pair of touchdowns tonight. His season high is 3. He ran for 3 scores in that big night against Ottawa. Only carried 13 times in that game, but 3 of those 13 went for touchdowns. He got 117 yards in that contest. He's over 100 tonight for the 3rd time. See if he can find the end zone for a 3rd time as well. Instead, it's Knowlton who gets the handoff. And Knowlton takes it down to the 14, but another penalty flag on the play. And it is another hold against Spring Hill. Eighth penalty for 75 yards tonight. It's their 4th holding penalty. Well, that moves it back out to the 30. And it'll be a 2nd down and 19.
2nd and 19 for the Broncos.
2:40 remains of the ball game. Clock running. Pipkin again. Big seam up the middle. Pipkin inside the 10. And he'll be finally stopped. Or will he be? Denver Gardner comes to save the day. This big left tackle helped give him the final push he needed into the end zone. It's a 30-yard touchdown run for Draven Pipkin with a big assist to his big left tackle. Longest run of the year for Pipkin. He had matched his longest run with his last touchdown run, the 24-yarder, and this time he goes for 30 and gives him a new career high 138 yards on the ground and matches his career best with his 3rd touchdown tonight. Mitchell's extra point is good, and the Broncos pile on to make it 34-6. Spring Hill with 2:19 left to play in the 4th quarter here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
That when it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
(34-6) Spring Hill with 2:19 left in the 4th quarter. A 4th consecutive touchdown drive. This one goes 6 plays, 63 yards, and a 30-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin capped off the drive. Huge second half from Pipkin. 125 yards and 3 touchdowns since halftime for Pipkin. Had just 23 yards on the ground in the first half. He's got 138 and 3 touchdowns now. Touchback on the kickoff with 2:19 left. Shawnee Heights will set up at their own 20. It's been all Broncos tonight. It was only 7-0 at halftime. And it was still just 7-0 midway through the 3rd quarter. But a Draven Pipkin touchdown run with 6:45 left in the 3rd made it 13-0. And you thought, well, maybe that would be what opens up the floodgates a little bit for the Broncos. But that good feeling lasted for all of about 10 seconds. And then Jalavian January took the ensuing kickoff 88 yards back for a Shawnee Heights touchdown, and it was right back to a one-score game at 13-6. But ever since then, the Broncos have run away with it. 3 straight touchdowns since that point, 4 straight touchdown drives overall. And the Broncos now up big as a little razzle-dazzle on first down this time, and it's batted up in the air by Lake, and it hit off his shoulder pads, had a interception fall right down to him, but he couldn't come up with it, and then nearly set up Brady Larson for a chance at another one, but Larson unable to catch that redirect off of the shoulder pad of Lakin, so it will just fall as an incomplete pass thrown by Showalter. The offense, and specifically the passing offense, has once again had a tough go, as every opponent has found it to be a tough go against this Bronco pass defense. 2 out of 19 for 20 yards. That pass nowhere to be found for Clark. Brady Larson again, the guy there in coverage for Spring Hill. So a 3rd down and 10 with 2:03 left in the ball game. Just 58 yards offense tonight for Shawnee Heights. Meanwhile, Spring Hill, 430. Myers is the back by Wohler with 2:03 left on a 3rd down and 10 at his own 20. Looking down the sideline for Showalter, and it is broken up once again by Cody Powell. So Powell and Lakin, the 2 corners, have been superb again tonight for Spring Hill. They have forced yet another 3 and out. Actually looks like the offense going to go ahead and stay on the field here for Shawnee Heights, down by 28 with 1:55 to go. So Wohler will try to convert. They've completed just 2 passes all night on 21 attempts. They need 10 yards here on 4th down. Again, takes a deep shot. Powell, the coverage man, but Showalter able to come up with a beautiful grab. First catch of the game for Brent Showalter, gets 32 yards on that completion. Their top receiver on the year finally comes through with a big play for him. 32 yards, nearly half of what they had, just over half of what they had for the game up until that point. And for just the 2nd time tonight, they are in Spring Hill territory with a 1st down and 10 of the Bronco 48 with just over 1.5 minutes to play. Wohler airs another one out, this time looking for Olery, and it's underthrown, incomplete. A minute 29 left in the ball game. Spring Hill, while technically not a shutout because there are 6 points on the board, obviously, for Shawnee Heights, the defense can still take credit for a quote-unquote shutout as that special teams touchdown on the kick return. So you know these guys out here on the field right now, the Bronco defense, in their minds, they're still trying to put together a shutout performance against the defense itself. Here's Wohler to throw on a 2nd down and 10. And Chase Wilm has it go off his hands, incomplete. So that's 2 very good chances for interceptions and a couple others that have been near interceptions on this drive. But in the end, it's another incomplete pass, and it keeps Wohler and the Thunderbirds alive for a 3rd down and 10 with 1:22 to go.
3rd and 10 for the Thunderbirds, Spring Hill 48.
Both Lakin and Wilm have had a chance to end this drive. Larson and Knowlton have, Powell have both come close as well. So Shawnee Heights spreads it out on 3rd down and 10, 5 wide. Wohlert protected well. Flushed out of the pocket, and this time he is unable to avoid the interception. So after a couple of near picks, the Bronco defense finally gets one. Jordan Davis. First interception of the year for Davis. And with 1:13 left to go, the Bronco offense will take over with a couple of victory formation kneel downs to put the finishing touches on a victory tonight and move on in the playoffs. 3rd turnover forced in this game by the Bronco defense. A couple of interceptions, a fumble recovery. And now we'll see if they're not in the quote-unquote victory formation, but they will still take the victory kneel down. Letellier kneels on it once, and he'll have to do it one more time to make this game official. So Spring Hill going to advance to 4-3 on the season, and the year will come to an end for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds at 1-8. It's the 7th straight loss for the Thunderbirds. That matches their longest losing streak since an 8-game slide to close out the 1999 season. And for the Broncos, the games play on. A date with Mill Valley next Friday night. The 4-3 Broncos, the 6th seed in the East, will take on the 3 seed 6-2 Mill Valley squad next Friday night in the round of 16 of the Class 5A state playoffs. 34-6. Your final score here tonight. The Broncos advance with a victory over the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Stay with us. We'll wrap it all up for you. All the final numbers and more coming up on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. 34-6 the final. Back with more right after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
34-6 the final tonight from Spring Hill District Stadium as the Spring Hill Broncos advance to the 5A state playoffs into the round of 16, where they will face Mill Valley next Friday night after their 28-point victory tonight over the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Welcome to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show, brought to you by Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center. They work with all insurance companies to get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. Broncos, a big 34-6 victory in this one. They dominated the box score tonight. 430 yards for the Broncos to just 90 for Shawnee Heights, as the Bronco defense was stellar once again. The only touchdown for Shawnee Heights, a special team score, 88-yard touchdown on a kick return by Jalavian January. But the defense themselves once again held the opponent out of the end zone. They have now three opponents they have kept out of the end zone. Two official shutouts over Bonner Springs and Ottawa. Tonight won't officially be a shutout, but the defense doesn't give up a score. They gave up just one score last week to Eudora because, again, there was a pick six it was last week from Eudora's defense. So only the one score given up by the defense, and they have been absolutely outstanding here as of late, really for the whole season, but especially as of late. And they helped fuel this victory. While the offense took a little bit to get going, the defense kept it scoreless, or kept the opponent scoreless, and then the offense awoke in the second half. 4 consecutive touchdown drives, three of them coming on Draven Pipkin touchdown runs, who matches his career high with 3 touchdown runs tonight and sets a new career high with 138 yards rushing. A great job of the game to Draven Pipkin. If you're looking for a great job, check out Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in the manufacturing of quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see great job openings or to apply, go to SeatsInc.com. We'll run down more of the final numbers for you when we come back. You're watching the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. Tonight it's a 34-6 win for the Spring Hill Broncos. They defeat the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds, ending the T-Birds season at 1-8 and improving the Broncos to 4-3 on the season, where they'll advance to take on 6-2 Mill Valley next Friday night in the round of 16 of the 5A state playoffs. A big night all around for the Broncos. It was a bit slow going at times for them, but the second half they were huge. as they really started piling up the offense. 4 consecutive touchdown drives. The offense keeps Shawnee Heights under 100 yards in the game. The Thunderbirds finished with 90 total yards offense, 38 rushing, 52 passing, and 3 turnovers forced by the Spring Hill defense. A pair of interceptions, one by Zach Knowlton and one by Jordan Davis. And they also recovered a fumble in this ball game. Jacob Hooker recovering a fumble. They forced multiple 3-and-outs, 5 3-and-out punts in this game from Shawnee Heights, and the lone score for the Thunderbirds came on an 88-yard kick return by Jalevion January. For the Spring Hill offense, a season best 430 yards in this game, outdoing their previous best of 392 against Bonner Springs. So they go for 38 yards more in this one. 430 total offense, 258 yards on the ground. That was just 3 yards shy of a season best, and 172 yards through the air. That is a new season high for the Broncos, who put up 34 points in this one to win it 34-6. Averaged just under 7 yards per play in this game. They outsnapped Shawnee Heights 62 plays to 41 in the game, with 16 plays over 10 yards tonight for Spring Hill. Look at the final box score for you. For Shawnee Heights, Hunter Waller, like every quarterback has found, it a tough going tonight against this Spring Hill pass defense. 3 for 24 in the game for Waller for 52 yards and 2 picks. On the ground, he carried 9 times for 5 yards. Aiden McDaniel, their leading rusher tonight, with 4 carries for 22 yards. And through the air, the only big play they had there, a 32-yard completion to Brent Showalter. Elijah Clark had 1 grab for 16, and Callan Carver hauled in his lone reception for 4 yards in this game. For Spring Hill, big numbers on the ground tonight. Draven Pipkin, 18 carries, a career-high 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns, which matches a career high. He takes over the team lead now with 9 rushing touchdowns this season on his 3rd 100-yard rushing game of the season. Evan Letillier carried 11 times for 50 yards tonight. He was 15 of 26 through the air for a $172, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Cameron Crotchett, or rather Zach Knowlton, I should say, 4 carries for 70 yards. That is a season best for him. 16 more yards in this game than he had in the last 6 games combined. Through the air, 5 grabs, 58 yards for Daniel Mitchell. Both numbers career bests for the junior wideout. Cooper Jones, a big night as well, as he sets career best with 4 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Zach Knowlton held to just 2 catches tonight for 22 yards, but again, he made an impact on the ground, and a big punt return, which really is what kind of set up the offense and got them rolling. Cameron Crotchett also had 2 grabs for 32 yards, including a 17-yard touchdown, his 2nd of the year, and Carter Mead with 1 catch for 2 yards tonight. Defensively, Spring Hill led by Crotchett tonight. 4 tackles, 2 of them for loss, and a big sack. Brady Larson had 3 tackles. Zach Knowlton had a team-high 4 pass breakups tonight, matching Cody Powell actually with 4 pass breakups. Knowlton and Davis each with interceptions. Sean Wonder and Brent Showalter, along with Jalevion January, with 6 tackles apiece to lead Shawnee Heights. Those are your final numbers. We'll take a final timeout, come back and wrap things up for you when we come back on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. Final tonight in the first round of the 5A state playoff. Spring Hill 34, Shawnee Heights 6. More to come right after this.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And welcome back one final time here to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. The Broncos winners tonight in the first round of this 5A state playoff with a 34-6 victory over the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds in the season at 1-8. Spring Hill now 4-3, and for the second straight year, they will head into the round of 16. Last season, they made it into the round of 16 after a first-round victory on the road over Pittsburgh and lost at Tonganoxie in the round of 16. And for the first time since 2014, the Broncos are into the second round for a second consecutive year. This time, they meet Mill Valley, the number 3 seed on the east side. They are 6-2 on the season, and that will be the destination and the opponent next Friday night for the Spring Hill Broncos. It'll be Spring Hill and Mill Valley right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Final tonight, 34-6, Spring Hill over Shawnee Heights. For Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight, and we will talk to you next Friday night in the round of 16 as the Broncos move on to face Mill Valley. You've been watching the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center postgame show and Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action